Menu narration option is set to off.
It's week 6 of the 2022 season. All eyes are on Mike Evans. He made the most of his catches a week ago in a 150-yard game. It's the Bucks and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Steelers for the first time in this game with their free agent signing at quarterback, the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 6 catches, 103 in the yardage department.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
3 yards remain for second down. A first carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Holding. Offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Trubisky's throw here taken in by Boykin. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Well, for a little bit, we thought his story had concluded, but not to be. Here's Tom Brady in his 23rd NFL season, leading the Bucs offense out once again. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yards that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram: 5 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Less fanfare for Chris Godwin than other receivers of his ilk around the league, but he quietly put up 1,100 yards last season. The Buccaneers certainly noticed, and they handed him a new contract extension to continue being the catch magnet that he is. There's another one right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Brady. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker at the bottom of your screen for and in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California.
they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, off into great success.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Trubisky's throw complete there to Johnson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On second and inches, Trubisky. Again, it's Johnson. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have moved out in front.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive. Boswell down to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, it's Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
On first down, Brady. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now pass underneath for Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. A handoff, Fournette running left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bucs are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point put through by Succop. And we are tied at 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
He gets it left side of Johnson. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Brady now on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, we talk a lot about referees trying to protect quarterbacks, and no question they're going to protect number 12.
And really, truly, around the league, the intent is to protect all quarterbacks. It's just common sense. Those are the guys everyone comes to see play each and every week. And that call was pretty easy.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Brady now on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Brady to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A little careless with the football. He also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Inside handoff now to Fournette. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. A great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they said eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Finding room at midfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The slot man in motion right. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. Now Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And the Bucs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
On second and goal, Brady dumps it off to Fournette. Touchdown! Leonard Fournette from 6 yards away. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And out across midfield down to the 45. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Throwing here, Trubisky. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 34 yards to gain that time. Another first down. Here's Trubisky. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Mike Edwards picks it off. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. We picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball running through the third base coach's signal to stop at third.
It's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
But they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. From the 22, Brady. That escapes the sack. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion, but now kick the field goal. Get the lead, let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Succop's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So here's Trubisky and the Steelers. Down 27-24, under a minute 20 to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now it's the Steelers' turn. Trailing in this one now. 1:09 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Here's Trubisky. It's brought in by Harris. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hand team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Brady to throw. They'll roll him out right. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Now Brady. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. To throw is Brady. To the goal line but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Fournette running right. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel